I don't know if you can really describe Don in just one word.
Extraordinary.
Authentic.
A vision. You can't fault Dr. Panoz for his vision of bringing top-level sports car racing to the U.S. and his vision and his passion for doing it his way, specifically to the cars that he developed and ran with front engine.
I had some concepts. I met Adrian Reynard. I mean, he asked me what kind of racing I wanted to do. I'd seen the Steve McQueen movie, I said Le Mans, and little did I know what that meant at the time. But he thought it was brilliant, and then he asked me what kind of a car. I said the same dimensions as the Roadster, and he said brilliant. He said, where do you want the motor? I said, well, like it is. He said, brilliant. I didn't know that it's been 30-some years since anybody had put a motor up front on a car. And every time he asked me a question, he said, brilliant. I thought, wow, I'm really smart. I'm really beginning to understand this. It was a great car, and it performed well. And by the end, we were able to really outperform the Ferrari 333s. And we raced that car all those years. We just cut the top off and streamlined it a little bit more. Delighted in the fact that other people were, Audi, for example, was building a new car every year, and we were running the same car, and we still beat them whenever we had the opportunity. And then it became obvious that, you know, you couldn't continue to compete with people who are going to spend $70, $80, $100 million a year in racing. And really our product was the sports cars. And so we decided to see if our sports cars could be competitive. We developed a good car. In 2006, I think, there was 3 endurance races, Sebring, Le Mans, Petit Le Mans. But the GT was a challenge, because now in the arena that your cars are on the road with is now the arena you're going to race with.
Enthusiastic.
Passionate. Serial entrepreneur.
I don't know, I was always interested in having a shoe shine stand or a lemonade stand, or, you know, if the roads were really muddy and we went out to the Boy Scout camp, I didn't march in the mud. I had money and bought a taxi and went out. So, I don't know, just those different things. I can't explain it, but I don't really look to do things that everybody else is doing. Maybe that's because if you do things everybody else is doing, there's competition, and if you do something that's different, maybe there isn't. But I get a lot of pleasure out of dreaming and trying to make them come true, and also realize you get a few nightmares too, so that's part of life.
To me, it'd be opportunity.
Charismatic.
Innovative.
Petit Le Mans in 10, the ACO people were here, and we invited them to talk about the DeltaWing. Comes the end of the year, they asked if I'd write a letter to the ACO asking for Garage 56. And I wrote the letter, and the ACO said yes. And it went to Garage 56 and proved that it does corner and it doesn't fly. So we're off and running, and we've been proving it in racing, but the car does perform. And I think Daytona showed that every one of our drivers in their session in the car were the fastest drivers on the track. We've designed the GT car, we've designed a 2+2 car in DeltaWing, we have a 4-door version, and we have taken that to an urban type vehicle, City Go car. So now we'll work to get that done, so we're moving forward.
If I had to pick one, it'd be humor.
Amazing.
There's a couple of things that I'm going to do because I want to do them, and I haven't got them done yet, but I want the DeltaWing to win Daytona, and we got a bit of a problem because it might not be eligible to run there next year. But I think everybody should get a petition together and should ask Daytona to let us race our last race in the DeltaWing prototype as an invitee to that race for the unfortunate incidents which was not our problem last year. That would be great. I know sometimes some of the structures at Daytona don't appreciate it, but DeltaWing brings them a lot of publicity. This will probably be the last thing I want to do in racing, is I want to race an electric EV GT, and I want to go as far on my batteries as they can on a tank of fuel. And I want to be able to change the batteries as quick as they can fuel their car. And I want to do that with 350 horsepower versus their 600. And I want to beat Porsche and Ferrari again, for old time's sake.